All right. Up and running, folks. Hello, Internet. How we doing? Back to the Chemy Cat this week. We're starting on Kuuga tonight. We'll talk about that in a minute. First, got a bunch of other stuff to talk about for. I'll probably just be finding stuff because this isn't a more free-form talk about stuff. First and foremost, Blocky showed off all of Shining 11. So they previously announced Ultraman King, or not Ultraman King, Father of Ultra. Wrong old man Ultra. This is Father of Ultra. Or Ultraman Kin, I think is technically his actual name. But they announced him actually on Father's Day. But they also said that Lightning Attacker Ginga, Regulus, Zero with the Tector armor, I believe is the name of it. Darkness X, which is the first for Blockies. Zeton, and then they all gold Father of Ultra will be Shining 11. Yay. I do want to shout out one video in particular from this week. There we go. I went in with the thumbnail. If it will cooperate. Wow, that just stretched the thumbnail out badly. Oh well. So, Carney X is probably one of your major Digimon folks on the YouTube. And he was at Summer Game Fest this past week, invited out by Bandai Namco to demo Time Stranger. So him and a lot of other folks who are at Summer Games Fest have been dropping previews for Time Stranger and some other stuff that has kind of been under embargo until like Wednesday, until well, technically yesterday. So he's got this really great 30-minute video. Breaks down not only all of the stuff kind of leading up to Summer Game Fest, from like the State of Play trailer and then some of the additional info on like social media and stuff, but also all the stuff for Summer Game Fest from him demo. Karn is really knowledgeable about Digimon. If you want really great impressions of what Time Stranger is, especially in comparison to Cyber Sleuth, this is the video. Watch this. This is really good. Attaboy Karn. You did good work. I specifically wanted to shout out. I wanted to see if I can find it in his footage, in his video real quick. Okay. Now, I'll do this so I can pop you out. So if you look, well, we've got our usual substats. We've also got some personality and personality skills, which are very, like, set. They sound very, like, ability and all that from Pokemon. HP, SP, XP, level, these wonderful little sprites for the various Digimon. Attribute and elemental stuff. I lost where my cursor was. Oh no! Cursor, where'd you go? It doesn't help. It's black on everything. Hey, Double Spidey. Skills, extra skills, equipment. There is not a single trace of the ABI stat. Yes, this is Carney X's video. He was at Summer Games Fest last week and got to play a demo of it early. So folks have been putting out their previews since yesterday. So if you wanted information on Time Stranger, basically everybody's got a video on it that was at Summer Games Fest. But yeah, there's no ABI stat. Which means the Digivolve, you do not need to go up and down Digivolution trees for fucking ABI stats. Thank fucking God. Oh my God. You might have to do it for maybe like a level break, because that was also a thing for Digivolving back and forth, was level breaking. But, and Karn points this out, he spotted a silhouette of Raidramon, which is one of the 02 armor Digivolutions. And to Digivolve to it, you needed the Digi-Egg of Friendship. Which means, it seems like for at least the armor Digivolutions, you will need to find the Digi-Egg. Which I hope that maybe there's a small little quest that maybe you have to go into a dungeon and like go through it, and at the end, hey, here's the Digi-Egg of whichever one. There you go. Now you have access to that armor Digivolution. Or at the very least, you have to do something to get the armor Digivolutions, which is exactly what I want. Like, if you're gonna lock me in, if you're gonna like make it so like again, we have Gomamon here able to go into, you know, each of these different Digivolutions. If you want me to like be forced down a certain path, yeah. Like, if I'm going to be locked out of, like, out of several of these Digivolution methods early in the game, since we are level 10 from this footage, like, make me go do stuff. Make me, like, go out of my way to find the stuff to get access to these other Digivolution methods. Because I assume this top one might be Kakumon. I don't know what the rest of these are. These silhouettes are too... are too zoomed in for my dumb brain to identify. I don't know if you'll need attribute, because attribute seems to be just kind of like a type thing. That's specific to the Digimon. You might need like a certain stat level. Like a certain amount of a stat, maybe. But like this stuff, the attribute elemental stuff, it will be specific to that Digimon and can't be changed, because that is basically your fire, water, grass typing basically from Pokemon, and you can't change that outside of terrestrialization, but that's a different thing, different conversation entirely. Now, you can't have a Gomamon who's not vaccine, basically. You know, Gomamon's always going to be vaccine, and he'll always be water, basically. But yeah, probably some level stuff, probably some specific stat stuff, which as long as the Digimon doesn't like not eat the food I'm trying to feed him and waste my time and money. Probably. There's like I think that's 450, I believe. It's 450 Digimon are in this game. So, like, it's entirely likely Frigimon's in here. Also, fun thing that has been found out thanks to this demo. All of the Digimon voice their special attacks. They all voice their special attacks. They don't voice a Digivolution sequence because it's a bit weird to, you know, go from, like, a Gomamon to something completely unrelated and the voice is completely different. But they all voice their special attacks in English. This has a dub. There is an English dub to this, so they are all voiced in English. But if you want the original Japanese dub, that's an option. But they're all voiced in English, along with just an English dub in general. Which I did not know until Karn's video. So, hot damn. But yeah, like I said, check out Karn's video here. There's plenty more information about Time Stranger. If you want a really good idea of what Time Stranger is, and you've not encountered the story games, I think this kind of hits everything you'd probably want to know going in. I'm excited to play this eventually. I have Super Robot Wars Y to get through first when it comes out a month before this. Actually, no, 2 months before this. Because Super Robot Wars Y comes out in August. This comes out in October. So I got to get through Super Robot Wars Y first before I consider picking this up and playing it. Did want to show something I've been working on in the background, and I actually got some partial progress done this morning. So I've been trying to rip the sprites. Is that the oh, I think I know what that is. Is that the Telltale-esque game where you're dispatching superheroes? Yes, I've seen the trailer for it. I have not tried a demo for it, but I've seen the trailer for it, so I know what that is. Anywho, I've been trying to rip the sprites from All Rider Revolution, which is a 3DS title, and today I managed to find a program that let me get at the sprites. There's no point in upscaling the image. These are 3DS sprites. These are sprites on a 3DS. I am just zooming in to show it better. But I found the sprites. At least half of them for the player characters, because as an example, because someone on Sprite Resource has done the work for one character on this. This bottom sprite sheet you see here is what I've managed to find for all of the playable characters, which seems to be their baseline sprite sheet. Because here we have Kuuga, his 4 base forms are here. If you're wondering why it's all disconnected limbs and stuff, the sprites in this game are layered and are attached to, I think, like an animation skeleton in order to do all the animation work. So there's basically a bunch of disconnected pieces to handle different things. But anyway, I found this exact sprite sheet. Problem. I still haven't found this sprite sheet. This top sprite sheet is from the finisher for at least Ichigo the First here. I don't know where the super sprites are. And I also think, because I don't see any of the rising forms for Kuuga here or Amazing Mighty, and I'm pretty sure those are like on-field attacks Kuuga has in the game, because I have played through All Rider Revolution, and I distinctly remember you could charge into the rising forms. But the name here of what do you mean? I'm confused. What do you mean what I want? Well, I want a specific sprite sheet. But I can't find this one. And there's one of these, I believe, for everyone. And I cannot get into where I think it is in the files, unfortunately. I think it's in a .bin file that I don't know how to open and get access to. I think. I don't know. The Spreader Resource Discord has provided no help. But yeah, this top guy is Kamen Rider Ichigo the First. This one, the second sprite sheet, should be like Kamen Rider Kuuga, and it should contain the sprites for his ultimate form. Should, mind you. Because I have to find it real quick. Yeah, because I don't think Kuuga's sprite sheet also has anything from this. And yeah, I don't think there's a thumbs up anywhere in this. Which definitely suggests that there is a second Mighty somewhere in the data files I've pulled. There's Kuuga Ultimate. And as you can see, that is formatted like the sprites. Granted, there is also, like a little bit later, there's this, which I think is just a single, like, PNG, basically. It's a single art asset. It is not a sprite. Or it's not a subsection sprite. So I don't know. Like I said, I don't know where this is in the files. And I've got the ISO of the game, and I've unpacked it after finally finding a program to rip the damn thing open so I could look at the files. And then well, I don't think this animates. Just to play the animation. I don't think that version of Kuuga Ultimate animates at all. It kind of stays stationary. As you see, neither of these big image files move, which makes me think they are a single image instead of a broken up sprite. Whereas there is a, sprite version of Kuuga Ultimate kind of in the middle, like in between both of these to simulate it. I would assume it is for some other game. It is also on Spriter's resource. I'm willing to bet. It is probably for a different game. Because for reference, there's like 80 some odd characters in this. It's like a fairly comprehensive, like, set of writers, because it's every writer generation. That's 2 before this. That's the like the DS one. Did you find it on Spriter's resource? Because you can send me a link. I don't think Nightbot will bark at you over that. Okay, let me see. Yeah, that is all writer generation. Right sheet. Let me zoom in. Or don't. Never mind. Okay. This is all one sprite sheet. I've actually gotten both writer generation games at the moment in terms of files. I just haven't... Or, no, I have the first... No, I have both of them. I just haven't found a way to crack into them because... Yeah. Give me 1 second. I'll just zoom in. Yeah. The thing is, all 3 of them, and I believe Traveler Sinky, which is it's an RPG. It's like a Tales of RPG style game. All 4 of them share the same sprites, I believe. So if you'll notice, it's a little hard to see because I don't have this downloaded. I'll bookmark that for later use. Some of these sprites are the same from here to here because they reuse the sprites across the games. All the writer, like the 2 writer generation and the writer revolution games are all the same. They're all, I believe they're all Metroidvanias. I know writer revolution is a Metroidvania, which is a weird thing to say that there's a common writer Metroidvania. But yeah, this also has the rising sprites, which again, I can't find in writer revolution, and then the ultimate sprites, which these I'm guessing are for the bottom screen because it's a DS game for reference. I assume these are present on the bottom screen for reasons. Yeah, let me see. Since it's all writer generation, let me pull up all writer generation. I just get the first one. Okay, yeah. We'll get to wherever Kuuga is here. Oh, it doesn't have that picture, but it has this picture. So it's still missing assets, technically. Is there a team-up super that I'm missing? No? Okay. But yeah, that seems to line up. Yeah, I've been trying to find the sprites to rip for myself for the spine art for Rider Blu-rays because I'm torn on what to do for like the top part of the spine art for the Rider Blu-rays and stuff I have. And I've always been trying to do a custom one to unify it because like 4 different companies have made Rider Blu-rays in the last like 8 some odd years or so. I've got it all figured out except for like the top part where the writer is, and I'm like, I want the sprites, and like these keep eluding me. But yeah, that is a good find. That helps the process. If only I can get in the damn files to start with. That would be nice. Because then I could just rip it from there. Anywho, on to the main thing we're supposed to do tonight. 30 minutes later. Hang on. Be open tabs. What, on the one I've ripped from Revolution? Next sheet, previous sheet? What, on what you sent me, or Sprite Resource? Oh. Sprite Resource? Sprite Resource does not have anything more for Writer Revolution. They just have this one sprite sheet from Ichigo the First. Yeah, this is all someone ripped from Writer Revolution. I'm also curious. And there's some sprites ripped from Generation 2, which... Oh, that sprite sheet is from Generation 2. Oh, that's good. So someone took this from Writer Generation 2. Yeah. Yeah, so someone's ripped it. So, okay, that's why there's that different picture. Because this is not the Gen 1 sprite sheet. This is the Gen 2 sprite sheet. And that they use that image instead of the previous image. So technically it is a complete one. Just different game. That makes sense. Yeah, someone has ripped some of the sprites from Gen 2, but this is definitely not all of the sprites in Gen 2. I can tell you this much. There's more characters than this. So someone's only ripped so much from that game. Someone has only done so much work, unfortunately. Let's see. Has done? There we go. Yeah, there's the first game, and someone's only ripped the Deno sprite sheet. And by Deno, I mean just... Or no, okay. I was about to say, it was only... sword form, but no? Okay. Hang on. Well, that's an interesting, like, coding thing, I guess. Since Deke can turn into other riders, his version, which is just the suit with his belt on it, that's contained within that character's sprite sheet instead of in his own sprite sheet. Interesting. Anywho. But yeah, none of these are, like, complete pulls. And technically, I have a half complete without the super stuff for Revolution that I have access to. I just need to pull the files out and save them. But I would like the rest of the material as well, and trying to get that rest of the material is the problem. Anywho, moving on to the thing we're supposed to do tonight at some point. The Kuuga Chemy. Since I keep using Kuuga as the example from all writer games for sprites. So this is the Kuuga Chemy. It's basically based off Gorum from his series, which It's just this big old beetle friend that becomes bike armor. Why does it become bike armor? Because it used to become horse armor in ye olden days. And then it since it's a modern day, it becomes bike armor. And if you're wondering, what does it do? Yes, horse armor. Because Kuuga... The backstory for Kuuga is that the belt existed like thousands of years ago. Basically, you see these big pincers? You ram somebody with it. Basically, that's what it does. You just run at somebody really hard with these to kill them. But yeah, the Chemy is based on Gorham. But as you can see, it's a lot more Kuuga base form colored instead of the black and gold from the original series, since Kuuga is mainly red and black in terms of his base form. But overall, it's the same idea of what we did with Blade, where we've got legs. We can probably just do... Honestly, we can do all of these. It's just like one piece. That's the same piece 6 times. No reason to really make these any different. We'll probably do the same thing because it looks like the same idea of... There's a split there for the wings. We'll probably do some sort of internal peg. Probably right there so that the wings can, like, splay out. Body stuff's same idea from Blade. There is no side view. This is the only view we have. I have bad news. This is all we get. This is all I've had to work with every Chemy, is this one piece of art. Because for reference, folks, all of these are from art. All of this card is from art. And as you can see, here is the base card, which is where this art comes from. And where is the alt arts? That's not helpful. Ah, there we go. And here is the alt art. As you can see, it is non-helpful for this purpose. So this is all we get. Technically, it's more than this because the PNG I have of this is pulled from the app that you scan the cards with to get this full art of the Chemy, which is why we can see, you know, this here, because otherwise we couldn't see that part. Which for this isn't super important, but for like the O's one, we're missing like half of the Chemy. But yeah, this is the only view we get, and this is the only thing we get to model anything off of. It's just like, well, we're just going to make assumptions about how this is going to work, because it's art. It's one piece of art that was never meant to be made into a 3D model. So we're just going to make shit up to make it work. Anywho, the body bit, fairly simple. The head will probably have, at the very least, this bit here is a separate piece, since it seems to kind of like plug in right there, so you can have the head have a little bit of like back and forth, or like back and forth, like swivel, I guess. A little bit of rotation, so you can kind of like 45-degree look at you when he's like confused. And then the pincers will probably, I could probably put those on a peg, like a hole in peg connection that's kind of like up underneath here, so that they can kind of like close in and open up. Otherwise it would just be like, like just a hole, like somewhere in there, and we just slot it in. But wanted it to be like in a one stationary position. But that's like the basic idea. I'm pretty sure that is supposed to be some linto text. We won't worry about that part, probably. I won't super worry about a lot of the detail, a lot of like the super, like I said, this detail work. We'll try to get it like basically formulated out. But we will have to start on the body because everything plugs in there. I also need to have the image open for myself so I have a reference. Also, I had this open because this is the new way I have of displaying everybody so far in at least my CAD program. Here's everybody together so far. I think also size-wise, we'll probably make him like the size of the blade one, since it is the same sort of like beetle insect style. That way they kind of match. I'll just close this now. Speaking of, well, thanks assembly for opening it up. That's perfect because I need it in full flight. Probably just make the wings smaller. Give me from that edge to like, I don't know, that edge. How big are we? About 38 millimeters. Probably won't do a full 38. Let me just get a rectangle made real quick. I can... maybe do like a 20... I really want that to be something. No. No, that feels too disproportionate, probably. So head should be about the same size as that. Should be about 1.5. The whole thing is... $50. We do like a 10-10. The head and the body part are about the same size. Okay. We'll make the head this big. That is 12. So our head's 12 of our 50. Do another 12 for that body. That's 24. Which is 26. That's not too bad. That might work. So we'll say that it's kind of like this back body portion is about 26. Widthwise, what were we? Boop. Boop. 30. 26 by 30. Okay. Oh. It's a little bit too square. We'll probably go thinner and do like a 26 by 20. Oh, yeah, 26 by 20 should work. It'll end up being like thinner than the blade one. But that'll be fine. Height-wise. We'll just say 10 for now until I do my measuring. Boop. 7.5. Could make him beefier, do a full length. Well, do the full 10. And we'll do the full 10. That'll work. Okay. Or if we need to kind of come down. 7.5. Ah. Now do the 7.5 because we have to do the wings on top of this. Don't need my smart dimension tool at the moment. We kind of want to come off. Gee, let me get that. It's halfway. This line. Center line. Just be good to have because it'll let us. It's almost straight, to be honest. This is longer. Doesn't have any idea what that is. kind of like a little angle to it. That might be exactly what we're looking for. That'll work, actually. Seven and a half. 2.5. Don't know why it went that way on that. Two. I don't know what game that is, unfortunately. That look like less. Yeah, I don't recognize that name offhand, to be honest. Ah, medieval strategy game. That would probably why. I just don't do that. I just round that edge just a little. Yeah, that'll work. Oh, what? The fillet? Oh, main lords. Okay. It's a starting point for a body. Well, can't say I'm too surprised. Play 13. This needs to be 5. Ooh, 5.5. Nice. I should do more writing myself, but I have not. Like a survival game? Alright, Carl. That is certainly a jumble of words. Apparently somebody of Nintendo UK put out a poster for Metroid Prime 4 too early because it says it's out now, and I'm like, that is wrong. That is incredibly wrong. Somebody put that out too early. They also put it in a in the subway. Get that assembly final started. Why did you lie to me? I swear I took this measurement. 26. Okay. Screwed that up. Oh, goody. I'm sure those will go over well. Yeah. I'm doing the main body and the wing first. That goes straight. That looks straight. Yeah, we'll go with it. Hmm. I think I saw that a new trailer was out. I didn't watch it, but I saw that there was a new trailer out. Not gonna give me that line? Fine. That'll do. Here's it that way. It puts it up to the bottom. Might just we'll cut that part. Don't like it. Way. Kind of like this better. Yeah, I'm liking that better. Okay, let me carve this out. No. Okay. Nope, 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 nope. All right, 1 second. I got to step away. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Um, that might just work. Might. We'll find out. Got that in. That's better. Down about 2 million. Okay. See if I bungled this or not. I'll be damned. I got it right the first time. Hell yeah. Okay. Holy crap, it worked. There's our main body. uh Okay, that helps me. I'd have to... I can remember which one of these is his mighty symbol. Eh. I could just... I'm looking at some Kuuga footage real quick. Don't mind me. The writer wiki have whatever symbols are associated with forms listed? It would be massively helpful and save me time. Oh, of course not. I can remember which episode she has the color coding phrases associated with the forms in the show, and I don't remember the episode. Lord have it. I had an idea. Don't mind me. I was still skimming footage. No, that's not. That's not it, is it? No, that's. Yeah, no. 'Cause I have half of what I need. I'll cut that out. Of course. It's you. Of course, it's a stupid. Not that. Oh my god. Operative. Not over there. Hopefully I can remember which one of these was mighty. That would be anything close to helpful for myself. Because I remember what some of these, I guess for reference, I'm doing all of this on the side. Since I put the back of the Rouse card on the inside of the blade, oh, it was capturing Photoshop because I had it open. I was confused. I was like, what are you capturing? Oh, me having this file open in Photoshop. Okay. Since I put the back of the Rouse card, I was like, oh, put something on the inside of our Kuuga Chemy so that when the wings are open, you see it. And I was like, well, I call it Mighty Gorham because it doesn't have a name otherwise. And I was like, well, here's all of the Linto hieroglyphs that show up in series. And there's, I don't think it's technically Gorham because it translates to beetle, but that's supposed to be the Gorham symbol, I think. I remember what some of these are. That's the seal one that gets dropped on whenever the finishers. That, I believe, is the rising symbol. But I don't remember which one of these is mighty, because there's a symbol for mighty, there's a symbol for dragon, there's a symbol for Pegasus, and there's a symbol for Titan. I just don't remember which ones are which. So that's the Kuuga symbol. That's... Oh, do you not see my mouse? Okay, hang on. I'll do this. So yeah, this is the Gorham symbol. And then this is the seal symbol that gets dropped on enemies whenever Kuuga does a finisher in series. That, I believe, is rising because it translates to lightning, is what this translation does, which is accurate because Godai gets the rising forms from being having oh my god, why can't I think of the name? Paddles, electricity to revive him one time. I can't think of the name of him, name of the machine. But yeah, this is technically the Kuuga symbol, but it is derived from this symbol, which is technically Indagabazeba's symbol. Because the Linto, who are the people who created Kuuga to stop the Gronki from murdering all of them, were not a violent race of people. So they did not have a word for warrior until they derived Kuuga from the Grongi stuff. So they derived the Kuuga symbol from Indagabazeba's symbol. Anyway, I just don't remember which one of these is mighty. I have to like go digging through Kuuga footage to find it. But yeah, I guess a project for something off stream. But yeah, we got the main body and the wings done. could put the tools, tools, sketch picture. Put it on the desktop. One second. Let me take out that background so I can get a better angle on this. Really? Can I just copy and paste it? To fight me a little? Funny. That works. Okay, that's we'll just roll with it. Right about there should do. Yes, because I mirrored them. I mirrored them about this center line, so they are symmetrical. They may not look symmetrical because of how the image is, but they are symmetrical. Not too bad. It is just how it is. Well, technically, the front ones do too. They are just less so. You can see the little bit of straightness. Okay. There's the technically the Gorham half of the Mighty Gorham. You guys have to find the Mighty symbol at some point. Okay. Just make that as part of it. No. This, thank you very much. That works out. Alright. Back in there. Okay, we're gonna have to cut some of that front. Oh, oop, that's the one. That's the mirror. The mirror will grab the stuff the work we do. Not gonna. Thank you. that. Okay, I'm just cutting the wrong part. Okay. All right, Devils Buddy, you have a good night. I accidentally hit everything. Oh, shoot. That give me clearance I need. No. Taller than I thought it did. I thought. There's a better way to do this. Should come from the bottom. No? It's like we've got clearance. Might have clearance. Ever slightly more. Nothing breaks. Oh. I'm going to say we're good and hope for the best. All right. I think we'll probably call it there. Yeah, we will call it there for tonight. We'll pick this up some next week. And do like that secondary body portion. I'll probably work in the black bits of that into that portion. Make it a little easier. We'll probably key it that way. These two body portions don't rotate. But yeah, that'll do it for tonight. But tomorrow is Cubage with the Total Darkness. God, I hope the game's good. I'm going to be very upset if that game is hot garbage. Saturday, it is Sonic Adventure 2 Rando for Randomania. And Sunday, we start our run-through of Gaim. One second. Okay. I was skimming through some Discord notifications real quick. But yeah, that's the week ahead, folks. We'll come back around to this next week. So if you like what you're seeing, folks, drop a follow. Really appreciate it. Exclamation point YouTube and chat gets the YouTube archive for this and all of our other streams eventually. Some miscellaneous stuff is probably gonna go out once all of the year-end extravaganza stuff has gone out. I wanted to make sure all of the 2024, 2023 stuff was out, that I didn't miss anything. There seemed to have been a couple things that got missed in the various scheduling and stuff, so those are going to kind of go out the next few days or so. My full run through of Ghost Trick will probably go out might be Tuesday. I don't think it's Sunday. I think it's Tuesday. It's either Sunday or Tuesday. That's going to go out along with like a random stream I did. And that will start to cover like the 2024 stuff. Right now, for the next like week or so, some of my solo stuff is going to go out because I want to get that uploaded and scheduled and done, since I did take that stuff down to try to save us time, when in reality I didn't need to save us time. We had more than enough time. So go me. But yeah, exclamation point, social and chat gets in the hands for our social medias, and exclamation point, Discord and chat is like, drop by, say hi. See you tomorrow, folks.